Hey guys, it's Bianca Sophia and party. And party. Not much of a party. Very interesting this morning. Sorry. You might hear some weird noises. Back off. I gotta talk about something, guys. And I'm actually, I'm full of demonics right now. It's crazy, I know. It's crazy how all of this even happened. It was like, it's part of my job is to transmute demons, right? And that's something that, I'm sorry. That's something that Archangel Faith that was doing. That's what was part of her job. And this is when the demons started showing up. Because remember, this was apparently when demons weren't even around yet. But there was somewhere along the line, remember, since everything's happening at once, everything's happening everywhere all at once. It's like demonic started slipping into that other timeline. That first timeline, right? Which was actually led to her downfall. But I'm trying not to be like that. I'm not doing this like every day. And it's like I stopped for a long time, but it's weird how this morning I didn't even want to do this, but here I was, and it was like, I opened myself up to the demonics. Like I was started to conjure up demons. This is crazy. And the craziest is how this all happened, how what led to this. But hold on, let me transmute these guys first. Hold on. I filled my vessel with demons, guys. And now I'm going to go ahead and transmute them. So hold on a sec. Our Father, Mother, God. Fuck you! Again, they keep doing that. They won't let me. They don't want me to finish this prayer. Fucking cunt bitch! Our Father and Mother, who art in heaven. Fuck you! Wow. Alright. Our Mother and Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Deliver us from evil, for thine is the kingdom, the glory, and the power, forever and ever. Amen. Wow. Yeshua is like floating in front of me right now, I swear. Alright, and the archangels are all around me too. There must be a lot of demonics here. Alright, I'm going to do the 12th dimensional shield too. And wait till you guys hear the story of how this even happened. How I'm in my living room just saying, come on in. Like, it was crazy. And I was singing them. As I'm saying these words, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? You're crazy. What are you doing? Right in front of my kids, too. But it's crazy how my son is what led me to do this. Hold on. My son is protected, though, so, Yeshua's telling me that the kids are protected, so don't even bother. Don't even bother with that again. 12th dimensional shield. My declaration of intention is to serve my source. I commit to serve my highest power fully, completely, and totally. I'm God. I'm sovereign. I'm free. All right, so I'm imagining a platinum Merkaba star in the center of my brain. As I move that platinum Merkaba down the center column of my body, I watch it pass through each chakra, and I'm releasing it from in between my legs. I'm sending it to the center of the earth. Yeah, I can do it pretty quickly, guys. I don't even really have to meditate because I can see it happening. All right, I'm merging my star with the earth star. And I'm feeling unconditional love and unity for the all and with the all. As I'm filling up the platinum energy, it's being sent through my system. It's filling up every inch of my inner body, inner vessels. Filling up with the platinum energy. Every pore, every atom, it's all filled with platinum energy. All right, now I'm noticing my 6-pointed star returning. My Merkaba is returning to me. I'm stopping it at a position of 12 inches beneath my feet. My Merkaba is beginning to spin. It's building a shield of protection right below me. And it is building a upper pillar of platinum white light all around my body, all around my vessel. Building up to 3.5 feet above my head. So I'm fully encased in this platinum energy. So now I am not only filled with this platinum energy, but it's all around me. And I'm going back to my Merkaba star, which is at a position of 12 inches beneath my feet. I'm drawing my Merkaba star up through the center of my body, watching it pass through my chakra column. I'm releasing it out the top of my head, sending my star to 3.5 feet above my head. Again, it's beginning to spin and build that top of the shield. So now I'm fully encased from top to bottom in my 12th dimensional platinum shield. Now I'm going to multi-dimensionally ground my shield by going back to the position of 3.5 feet above my head, and I'm sending that star out to the cosmic heart of our universe, which is the Andromeda Galaxy, which is also the Christed star, the crystal star. And now I'm being connected to the crystal star. It's coming back to me. There's like it looks like a cord there, connecting back to my shield. So now I'm protected. I am loved. I'm protected. I am connected to the crystal star and the Andromeda Galaxy. I don't know if you guys know this, but which I've stated many times before, the Milky Way is the fallen version of the Andromeda Galaxy. That's where it all started, is the Andromeda Galaxy, guys. It's funny, when it comes back, I always see like a light, like shooting out. Like it bounces off, like that cord will come from the Andromeda Galaxy to the top of my shield, and I'll see like lights, like almost like fireworks going off right above that shield all around me. I thank God. You go to your heart and you thank God and your ascension guides. I thank God, Mother, Father, God, because God is mother and father. It's not male or female. It's both, like we are, right? Hero-gamic union. We're going back to that. All right, so let me tell you the story. What happened? Did I transmute those demons? I certainly did. What I'm doing, the Lord's Prayer with you guys. I don't know if I've shared this on Facebook. I don't think I've shared it with you guys, but listen. And this is something that the Luciferians and the Satanists, they don't want you to know, is that the Lord's Prayer gets rid of demons. They do not, witches, warlocks, they do not like that shit. When you say that, they have to leave. They cannot, they just have, it was a huge thing for me when I found that out. And then I got freaking fireworks were going off, and the angels were all clapping, and because they can't tell you, they can't give you the answer. You have to figure it out for yourself. But once you figure it out, like, yes, finally, so I do the Lord's Prayer, and then I use that. I imagine the diamond violet flame burning within me and all around me. There's a bunch of different ways to transmute, you guys, but this is another way to do it quickly. Like if you need to do it quickly, do the Lord's Prayer. And don't do just our Father, do our Mother, Father, or our Father, Mother, who art in heaven. Because remember, the Divine Mother is back. Like we can't be leaving her out. And because that's how the shit got inverted to begin with. Which, like I said, I'll be telling that story. So, this is crazy how this shit even went down this morning. I was, there was a commercial about Monsters, Inc. And you guys know about Monsters, Inc. And if you haven't seen that movie, it's just another, oh, there's a crow. I wonder if I can get a picture of it. Hold on. I'm going to take a picture of it so you guys can see it. Quick interjection here. The picture of the crow is on my community page. Go check it out. So this is crazy because I got the crow just yesterday in my reading. That's like telling me, that's confirmation for what I'm saying is true. Because I don't know if you guys know about crows and ravens. It's that shamanism represents shamanism, but you walk between the different worlds. But this is like the three-eyed raven, the three-eyed crow in the Game of Thrones, right? This is like it represents your intuition. The crow can see past, present, and future. A lot of us, we have spirit animals, we have totems, but we also have we are actually living lives as those animals. But we can also, there's also skinwalkers, there's also, there's some of us that can actually, like in Game of Thrones, how Bran could transfer into, one of the dogs, or into Hodor, all that magic. All that shit was real. And like I said, the Game of Thrones, that was before the fall, you guys, right? There was dragons. When I saw Archangel Faith on her dragon, right, I was like, what the fuck is this? She's flying her dragon, but I didn't understand. I was like, why would she need to do that? Oh, there's a cardinal now flying in front of me. How beautiful. I've been visited by cardinals and blue jays constantly, and I love that because that's red and blue. Remember, the red is the masculine, the blue is the feminine, and mixing those becomes merging into one, right? Like that temperance card, and you become that purple color. Another interjection. I don't know why I said the red was the masculine, the blue was the feminine. It's the opposite. Isn't that interesting that I said that? The red is the feminine and the blue is the masculine. The reason I always get mixed up because I always see Seraphim Michael L in red. But that's because he represents fire, the fire dragon, right? And that's why he always is wearing red most of the time. Sometimes he wears red, sometimes he wears blue. So I think that's why I get mixed up. But I think that's interesting that's so interesting. Because remember also I told you the feminines are in masculine energy, right? And that masculine energy is red, it's fire, it's action. So I think that's why I'm mixing it up. But isn't it funny because we're actually both? And I think I just fucked up again. This is just a sign of that we're, it's not just me, it's you guys too. We are getting to that last level, that highest level of hierogamic union. We're becoming both, right? I love this shit. I love it. So when I saw Archangel Faith on her dragon, flying around on her dragon, I was like, what? I'm like, angels flying on dragons? That's so weird. But like, yeah, that's true. They had wings and they could fly, but they flew with their dragons because remember, they are those dragons. That dragon was another aspect of them, right? Or that dragon was their divine masculine. Like I was flying on my divine masculine. And my divine masculine was flying on his divine feminine dragon. It was really, really interesting. So it's like the dragons that we were riding, like me and Michael and Lucy were like flying around on our dragons. But the dragons we were riding on were other aspects of ourselves. How cool is that? That's, like I said, I'll get into that story, but there's a lot of toxic shit that went on. And like I said, you guys saw Game of Thrones, Daenerys. Let me just say what Daenerys did there at the end. That was Archangel Faith, I'm telling you right now. Oh, here comes it. Okay, so now I have a crow in front of me and a cardinal. I love that. I love that. Oh, and yesterday, it's so cool. I was in my car, and me and Michael was with me. It was a red cardinal, I think. And it was so cute. It was hopping. They hop, like when they're on the ground, they like run and they do this hop thing. It's so cute. And I was like, Michael, make that cardinal come over here. And sure enough, the cardinal came right over to me. And I got pictures of this. Like I took pictures of it. And it had a worm or his food right in its mouth. I'll post it here, maybe. Some of you knew I was about to interject here, but those pictures are also on my community page. So, okay, back to my story. Sorry, you guys know how I go off little other stories during my stories. So back to this Monsters Inc. movie. If you haven't seen it, it's about this Monsters Inc. Like it's a group of monsters that they scare children. They go through these different dimensions, and like there's doors through, and each door represents a different child's bedroom. And what they do is in the middle of the night, they go out and they scare these children. And what do? They scare that child so bad to get the energy of that terrified child. What does that say? Does that sound familiar to you guys or what? They terrify the children, and because they want that terrified, they want that energy. They use that energy. Sounds like a group of people I know. Our own family members that are lost in darkness. And that reminds you, those of you who are in this darkness still, do you realize you're not supposed to be doing that anymore? What are you doing? Get out of that. What are you doing? Like you were supposed to be playing the role, but you're supposed to be awakening to the fact that you're light. Like the time is over now. You don't have to be playing that dark role anymore. Some of us, there's a lot of us that came here to play the role of the dark, okay? But we were supposed to awaken to the truth and leave. Everyone's supposed to be doing that, actually. The only ones that would be staying are those who are not human at all, right? Like pure demonic entities, AI, archonic, soulless beings, right? So yeah, there are certain people that will not be, they won't be able to be helped because they have no soul to begin with. They were never real. They're not real. And unfortunately, I know a lot of people, a lot of beings that are not real at all. And it's like, I know their partner thinks they're real and they're not. And it's like, I wish I could just shake them and say, you're not even with the real person. The person has no soul at all. Like, what are you doing? All they do, they use you. They're using you. But then we also, listen, there's also these partnerships and these covens and cults that, the Illuminated Naughty, that you guys are each other's handlers and you don't even realize it. You don't realize that, like I said, when there's an altar switch, you don't remember. You don't remember. But some of y'all, I've heard and I've noticed, I could see it with my own eyes, are you're seeing this happen in real, like you're witnessing these altar switches. Like you'll do stuff. Happened to me. It happened to me many times. Or all of a sudden, like it just happened right now, but it was happening for the light, right? Or I do something, but it's like I had no control over it. Like I was being puppeted by something else, right? And you're like, as you're doing, you're like, why am I doing, what the hell? Why am I doing this? Why am I writing this? Why am I doing these actions? Or why am I saying these things? Or why am I doing this? It doesn't make any sense, right? But you're doing it anyway. Like you can't stop. Like someone else is controlling you, right? This has been going on the whole time, but you were not aware of it, okay? But now they're showing, you're being shown that you're being, cut the fucking strings, right? And yeah, like in the beginning I noticed this. It's like, it seems like we go from being puppeted by the dark to being puppeted by the light, right? But if you're being puppeted and you're doing something that's good, it's okay, right? But if you're doing something that seems to not be of the light, you need to stop, okay? It's like there's gonna be a point where you're in a battle. Now another bird just flew. Oh, hi. Oh, that's a pretty bird. I don't know. Is that a card, another one? I don't know. It's got a red top. A red top. If you have an altar takeover and you are aware of it, you have the power to stop it, believe me. It's hard. Believe me, it's hard. I've been there. But you've got to, with all of your might, fight it, okay? Fight it. You wouldn't be able to see it if you didn't have that power. You wouldn't be able to be aware of that altar doing that if there was a reason for you to see it. First of all, they want you to be aware of what's going on, but they want you to fight back. Fight back. Don't be a fucking coward. You're not a fucking coward. The people that are fucking puppeting you, you outrank them. You spiritually outrank them, and you are so much more powerful than them. They've been siphoning, excuse me, they don't want me talking about this. See, they've been siphoning your energy, okay? They're fucking using you. And like some of these couples, you're using each other, right? One of you uses one for attention, for company or money or whatever. The other is using you for drugs or what you can get for them, right? Sex, drugs. I shouldn't have said that. I got to change that to something else. I'm sure you guys already know a good code word. I'm sure you know the code word for it. You can tell me down below if you're not a fucking coward, which I won't hear anything because y'all are cowards. No offense. Some of y'all aren't, but it's like I know you don't want to rat yourself out. But use one of your hundreds of fake accounts, right? Give me the code word. Who has the balls to tell me the code word for that stuff? Yeah, I think that's another cardinal, but that one looks different. That one's got a red. Okay, maybe it's not a cardinal. It's a bird. It's black, but it's got a red on the top, on his crown. He's got a red crown. I swear I just saw that in one of the cards too. Like there was the red on top instead of it being purple or blue. It was red, which is interesting because that was me. That wasn't a card. That was that red spider on the top of my head. That's so weird that now I just seen this bird with the red top on his crown. I love when that shit happens. And I don't know if I shared this yet. I did share it. Maybe I didn't. I can't fucking remember. How they told me that there's an aspect of myself that's the Archon Queen, right? This dark aspect of myself is like, I don't know if you guys remember that video where I had like that fucking like implant, or it was like I had an eye that was like a computer. It wasn't an eye. It was I don't know what the fuck it was, but it wasn't a human eye. But my brain's not working right now either, guys, because like I just transmuted a bunch of demons just now too. So it's like it takes a while to get bounced again. Is that a woodpecker? Do woodpeckers have red crowns, guys? I told you I'm very intelligent with some things, but certain things you're like, what? Is she for real? I know. Like I can sound really intelligent sometimes, but at other times I can sound like the complete opposite. But like I said, when they're communicating with each other. Listen to that. Listen. Hold on. Okay, listen to that one now. It's not communicating back anymore, but hopefully you heard that. It went like and the other one went. All right, so back to the Chrome. Do what James Rink does, and he calls it, the Google browser, Chrome, right? So I'll just say Google Google Chrome. There we go. That's going to be my code word for that. Google Chrome is the Chrome. Okay, so we're going to say Google Chrome. Okay, so these monsters, they're getting their Google Chrome, right? I was like, wow, that's exactly what these freaking cults and covens and illuminated naughty do, right? And hopefully you guys know this already. Some of you might not, I don't know. And they don't always destroy that Google afterwards. They will keep the same Googles around, and they'll just use a syringe, right? Until they've basically wiped that Google out, and then they will destroy the Google. But then, of course, they have their rituals where they will have a Google there. Oh, that's such a pretty, there's so many pretty birds all around me right now. Okay, so Monsters Inc. commercial. Sorry, guys. I know I'm all over the place as usual. So my son knows all about this. He probably knows more than some of you do, which is crazy. I was bringing up Monsters Inc. and I'm like, Dom, look at Monsters Inc. And I'm like, another freaking Google Chrome movie, right? And he's like, he said something that really triggered me and pissed, like it got to me. And we almost had a fight. And it really pissed me off. I'm like, this is what a lot of you dark ones would say. Those that are unhealed. He said, how else do you expect them to get their energy? And I'm like, what? I'm like, what did you just say? Excuse me, young man, right? I'm like, you're dipping into your dark side, aren't you? I'm like, oh, these fucking warlocks, man. And then I heard in my mind, like, calm down, it's okay. Just relax. This is happening for a reason, right? And then I responded with, you're kidding me, right? He goes, no. I'm like, they can stop stealing energy from these Googles, right? And they can open up to source and get the energy from source. They cut themselves off from source, right? And they have to steal it from somewhere else, but they don't have to do that, right? They can go out in the sun, get fucking light from the sun, energy from the sun, light force from the damn sun, from God. They think God's mad at them, that they're not going to get. God loves you, okay? Mother, Father, God loves you. They don't care what they care what you've done, but they know that you took on the role of the dark, and they're probably going to help you out. If you are willing to change for real, they're going to help you in any way they can, especially you, because if you're one of us. If you are ready to change, they're going to help you. They're going to give you miracles, but they're going to look into your heart to know if you're telling the truth or not. You can't fool God, right? So if you're ready to change, you don't have to be siphoning energy anymore. God will give you energy, I promise you. And this is this is personal, but I had relapse, right? And when you do a certain drug, or I know there's Chrome users listening to this, right? You think that, like, or whatever your DOC was, your drug of choice, or alcohol, whatever it is. It's like, I know when you don't take that, you feel like you don't have energy. So it's like, what the fuck am I going to do about energy, right? And this is what I was worried about. I'm like, fuck. And I know I had done this before. I stopped cold turkey, and I was able to just, boom, I was done. It was a miracle. But I was like, there's no way I'm going to get a second miracle. And I got to go into story time about this, because this is fucking crazy how all this happened too. But the second time, this April, I made a decision to stop. And I begged God for a miracle. I said, please. And they said, yeah, when you're ready to stop, you're just going to stop. And we're going to be here to help you. You're going to get the energy that you need. And I was like, there's no way. Because I'm like, I had tried before, like a couple of weeks, but they knew I wasn't ready, so they didn't give me the energy. So, of course, I was like sleeping a lot. But then when I really wanted it, when I really wanted to stop, and it's not even, you guys can pray. You guys can ask for God's help to make that decision, because the part of me didn't want to stop, right? But there was part of me, of course, it was like a battle, right? There's that battle. And you have to understand, like, usually that's demonic spirits within you. There's a demonic spirit that's the spirit of addiction, right? That's got you. But if you really want in your heart to change, you can change. So I asked for that too. I said, can you please help me want to change? You got to start somewhere, right? So I said, please, God, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be an addict. I don't want to, I'm always going to be an addict. I don't want to be an active addiction. I want to stop, right? Most of us that are from those higher realms, from like that seraphim level, we all have issues. We all have addictions, because We couldn't handle this place. It was too low vibrational, so we took drugs to make us feel like at home, right? Or something, because it was too harsh here. You're being tortured here. This is like the torture planet, I swear. That's what I even said. This is a torture planet, right? So I begged for help to want to change again, like to get back to that light again. I just kept getting, be patient, it's gonna happen, because everything happens in cycles. And that's another thing I noticed. It was weird. It's like I wasn't to change until a certain time. The cycles, it has to do with the cycles. And it's weird how, listen to this, guys. I was gonna save this, but I got clean on April 2nd, the first time. Okay, I just quit. It was an attack that led me to a quit. It was an attack. Fucking listen to this. It was a black magic attack. I've talked about this black magic attack before. It led me to quit drugs, and I stopped. Cold turkey. Boom. It fucked me up so bad. So that's what I'm saying. You guys send these attacks, but when you send them, you don't realize you're actually helping us. Like that helped me quit forever. I stopped. Okay, but here's a crazy thing. A year later, the exact year later, April 2nd, I relapsed. And here's the craziest part again. A year later, exactly another year later, I quit again on the same date. So it's like I went 1 year of doing getting high, and then a whole year of getting high, and then again this year, I stopped again. It's fucking weird. It was like, but you know how April is like the real New Year? You know how they fucked up the calendar? The Illuminati, these covens and cults did that for a reason, right? To fuck everything up. I mean, winter is supposed to be the end of the year, death, rebirth, right? You go from the winter to the spring. Spring is the new birth, right? Spring is rebirth, it's birth, things are growing, right? When the new year should not be in the winter where everything's dead, right? But you know what I mean, slow ice, it's like transformation, like you can't move, you're frozen because it's the winter. So it's just interesting how that 1 year I spent in the light, and then it's like that next year, it's like I was initiated into the dark for the work that I had to do. So I went, last year I was in darkness, and now I'm back to the light again. This year, it's fucking weird. But this year it's different because I've got that dark shit within me now. So if I need to go into my dark goddess energy to kick some ass, I can, right? But yeah, this last year was crazy. And like I said, I'll share that story too about all the battles I went through. It's unbelievable. I was battling witches and warlocks constantly. It got so bad even one night all three of us in my family were throwing up, puking everywhere. Me and my 2 children, you guys. I even have pictures of the throw up that was all over the floor. It was brand new carpet puked on. And no, it wasn't food poisoning because all 3 of us ate different foods, you guys. It was a fucking neat trick, whoever did that one. And I already know who did it, but am I gonna call this person out one day? Maybe, I don't know yet. We'll see. Probably not though, because I'm trying not to, I have to forgive these people like every day. And like I said, I don't even know if this person knows what they were doing. Well, they do, because I kind of like let them know, not directly, indirectly, right, what they were doing. I mean, oh, and I'm going to post, maybe, I didn't get all of them, but the Ivan Teller webinars where you would get to ask Ivan 2 questions, I recorded all of them. Except a couple, which I'm really upset about, like the one with the Archon King when I asked about him. I'm like, why is he always around me? And then he said, he's obsessed with you. He's been obsessed with you. He followed you, like I said on that other video. But then when I find out that I am the Archon Queen, and there's an aspect of me that I understand now why, right? That's my king. My inverted, twisted, sick king version, right? He's got that dark aspect too. And you know what's really weird is I'm finding out that he and some of his warlock brothers are actually the same person. They're the same person. That's weird, isn't it? And they're like back. They're in the same coven. They're working together, and they don't even realize that they're the same soul. They're the same person. But it's like we had to come back. We went from the future to the past to try to fix shit. But unfortunately, what ended up happening is a lot of these warlocks that came back to try to help their other selves out of this darkness, they got stuck. It just added more to the dark, like more to the army of the dark. But apparently everything happens for a reason, and this is like, remember that yesterday in the reading there was a King of Swords hanging out with this Emperor that was in reverse, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, it's like he's watching, but it's like he wasn't in reverse. So I don't know, guys. It's weird. But then, we also have our higher selves that are with us trying to help us too. And there's a lot of work going on in the sleep state, which actually I must have been working with one of my masculines in the sleep state. It's one of these warlocks that I was being attacked by, actually. That I must have been healing with him last night because I had a lot of, I could feel him when I woke up. Like I had all these memories, and it's that warlock that I threw into a different dimension that time. He like attacked me when I was driving. And I was like trying to ignore him, and then Michael, I was like, just blast him. And I gave it everything I got, and he like, went flying, and Michael, I was like, holy shit. He's like, well, he didn't say shit because he usually doesn't curse. He was like, wow, like you just sent him in, he's going to be stuck there for a while, like to a completely different time space, like where there's nothing at all there or something. I know, sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. Okay, so back to the Monsters Inc. where my son dropped that bomb. And I was like, Dom, what are you doing? What are you like, going into your dark side? What the hell, what's happening here? I'm like, it's okay to do that, but you need to make sure that it's the authentic, organic, healthy dark, not this dark shit. Not that it's okay to be siphoning energy from people. And I told him, I'm like, you ask God, say, please help me, not siphon energy from people. I don't want to do that. Oh my God, this is bringing up another memory of my son in the store. He's like does shit and he doesn't even realize he's doing it. I noticed, sorry, I know I'm jumping all around, but we were in Walmart and he was complaining over and over about something, right? And I yelled at him. I said, I gave him my mind, right? And then all of a sudden his sister started doing it instead, and he was he was best behavior. And I was like, did you just fucking give that energy to your sister? So you look like the good one and she looks like the bad one because she started doing the complaining. The exact same complaining he was doing, it stopped. Like I said, she transferred it to his sister. I'm like, Dominic, do you realize you're doing like magic and you don't even realize it? Right? Or maybe he does. Maybe he's a lot smarter than I think, right? But he reminds me very much of someone I know. He's connected to Phil, so that's Metatron. That's and as you know, there's a very dark aspect of Metatron, right? He created the Matrix with the inverted version of Michael and the inverted version of Lucifer, right? I know, it's crazy, right? So it's like, that's why we had to come back to fix this, because we're the ones that inverted this shit to begin with. But like I said, remember I told you when I gave you a little preview of the faith thing, how this was the role that we chose. We didn't want, it's like no one wanted to do this, so we are the ones that chose to go dark. But we fucked everything up by doing that, so now we had to come back and fix it all. Right? But like I said, if you think you have a soul, and I'm not like I said before, you cannot sell your soul. Remember, the devil is a liar, right? And like I said, if you guys are obsessed with Lucifer or in love with Lucifer, then why don't you take a fucking page of Lucifer's book and go get healed? Because he's healed, right? There is a healed version of Lucifer. He is healed, he is healthy, and he actually did better than Michael in healing. Like he was, and when you guys find out the truth about it, it's crazy. You're going to be like, wow. But like, I call on Lucy a lot to help me when, yeah. I'll get into that, like I said, with that faith video. So I'm sorry, you guys. I bounce around, but you're probably used to it by now, and it's just ride with it, go with the flow. So for some reason, that triggered me when he was saying all this, and I guess, like I said, it happened for a reason. I was like, there's demonic spirits in my son. You need to leave now. And I did the Lord's Prayer and all this other shit. And then then all of a sudden, I don't want to say it out loud, but I basically opened myself up for those energies. I conjured these beings. I said, come on. I consent. And I opened myself up. And I took on as many as I could, right? Yeah, I know. And as I was doing, I'm like, what are you doing? This is crazy. But then part of me said, it's okay. You're going to be okay. Get your kids out of the house. They left to school. I had the angels, they put a bubble around my mom's car and around the children, so none of these beings could get into that and near them. And that's so funny because like as they were driving away, I could feel the cursing going on in my system. Like they started to curse, and they started to bitch and moan and complain, and they were pissed because they were trapped. I pulled them in and I trapped them, right? And then it's so funny, there's a black cat walks out and just stopped, and we stared at each other. Because black cats can take on energy. They can take on, that's why these in the ancient Egyptians and these beings, they have these cats, because energy, these cats are transmuters. They transmute negative energy, and they're really good at it. And it's just interesting that this black cat comes out, right? Like the Queen of Wands, which is me, which is, I'm supposed to be in that energy. My North Node is Leo, which is a fire sign, which is the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands has that cat always with her. And there's tons of neighborhood cats that are always around me. They always come around me. Whenever I was doing work in the background, I would notice that, 10 cats would follow me back there, and there was like 10 cats, and they would all sit all around in the backyard at different places. So yeah, these cats are transmuters, and it's just funny. I find it so funny how this black cat just walks right up to me. She's like, I think you need to transmute those energies. And then of course, like this noise came out, like growling at this cat. Like it did not want that cat near me either. Like this being, this energy, this entity was pissed. Oh, they were pissed. It's like going up to a junkie who is in active addiction, and their drug of choice, their DOC is heroin, right? And a heroin dealer walks up to them and offers them, hey, do you want this? Come with me, right? That addict is going to be going with them, right? There's nothing they can do to stop it. And that's basically, I'm like I'm like their DOC, these demons DOC, right? They obsess with my energy because I give off dark and light, but it's really, really, really intense. Like the most intense of all, right? And like I said, that's why us at the top, we can go really, really dark, because remember I told you it's complete opposite. If you can go really, really light, you can go really, really dark. But it got inverted, right? We're not supposed to be doing inauthentic, this AI, this inverted darkness. We're supposed to be authentic, organic dark, which means like the dark mother goddess. People are scared of her, but like Kali and all these other goddesses that go dark, they are the destroyers, but they don't destroy in an evil way. They do it with unconditional love. They're doing it in unconditional love, like the Tower. Like the Tower card, people get scared of that. I love seeing the Tower card. I love it because that's divine intervention. That's lightning coming down. It's destroying what's no longer serving you. It's destroying what's not authentic and organic. So something can be rebuilt in its place. And this is what's happening with the whole damn collective. And every system, all these hierarchies, all these institutions, right? They're all going to be towered until they fall completely. So we can rebuild authentic and organically. Okay? This inverted shit has got to go. The Divine Mother is not having. The Divine Mother is in her dark side right now. Okay? And she is, like I said, tower moments. And her authentic, organic, healed masculines are helping her. They are working together, right? And they're helping these dragons. The dragons, like, it's interesting, you know the story of Osiris, right? Okay. Well, you know how he was cut up into like 13 different pieces or whatever the fuck it is, and then, hit all into these different... This is exactly what happened to the dragons, apparently. Like, the part of their soul was in stasis, yes, but these other parts that got captured, they cut them into a bunch of different pieces, and they put, like, their pieces all over the cosmos, right? So, and that's what we're doing. We're getting back, and they hid them in different time spaces. So there's a lot of work. You guys, if you knew the fucking amount of work that's going on every different level, it's fucking insane. No wonder it's been taking 1 billion years. And I mean it. Like, and there's still so much work to do. There's still a lot of work to do. And you know what would help speed this work up? If you guys would just fucking stop with this shit. Interjection. I don't know. Those who have been listening to me for a long time, you could probably hear it, but that was totally Lucy. That was his voice. There's a lot of Lucy and Sophia coming through in this video, in this recording, in this voice recording. Okay, and I'm being told to say Lucifer because some people might not know who Lucy is, so. But, I try not to use that name because people get triggered by that name, I just don't get it. I don't understand why you would want to stay in that. Okay, so let me explain something first of all. Like, you guys that want to stay in this darkness, because you get to have money and fame and fortune and drugs. Don't you understand that you're going to lose all of it? You're going to end up losing all of it. But listen, if you stopped and you left on your own and you healed, guess what? You're going to be brought to your divine counterpart. You're going to build an empire. If the second you decide to go to and to do your contract, the divine is going to reward you with an empire. You are supposed to be building an empire with your counterpart. You're going to be rich again, but you're going to be rich with a person that you actually love. It's not unrequited love. This is real fucking love, right? Where you get to fucking heal each other. But you gotta be healed enough to be in a relationship, right? No more codependency. You're independent, right? And you come into union with your counterpart, right? And you're both healed enough, but then you start to heal the planet together, right? And you start to heal these other aspects of yourself and other timelines. You do tantra, you do sex magic together, but good sex magic, not dark shit, right? You get to do sex magic, but you get to travel, and I know the dark does this too, but this is like, it's for the good, it's not for the bad, and it feels so much better. Like, you think like you don't get to get high anymore? You do, but it's like authentic, organic high, and this is a high that you can have as much as you want, as long as you don't lose yourself in it, right? Like doing tantra with your divine counterpart, you know how good that would feel? And you get to travel the cosmos. Like I told you, Michael and Michael L and Lucy, I traveled with all of them. We traveled through time and space together while we were making love. And how cool is that, right? And I felt during that like I was fucking high. Like I get the best feeling ever. So not only are you having multiple body orgasms, but you feel like you're in ecstasy, right? You feel like you're on fucking chrome, right? This is the shit. I'm not that I know what that feels like, but I've heard people tell me what it feels like. Interjection. As I'm listening back to this, I'm laughing so hard because this is so Lucy. It's making me laugh. He's totally there. That's him. I mean, maybe one of my alters have. I don't know. But yeah. I mean, and I know Faith was addicted to that shit. My that archangelic aspect. She was addicted to that shit. Yes, she was. She was bad. She was evil, man. She was evil. I mean, think about how evil do you have to be for the divine to come in and get you out of here? But there's a reason for all of it. You'll understand, and I'll tell you. Like I said, here I go rambling again. So I just find it interesting that my son triggered me into, conjuring these entities, right? And then I was like, hurt, my head, be calm, patience. You're supposed to be doing this, remember? And that's why I kept also being shown Faith doing this too, but she was doing it too much she was doing it too much. There wasn't a time where she wasn't doing it. So it's like these entities took over her because she wasn't taking a break. She was taking on too much, too fast. And she would let them stay in there too long, right? She would go party and she wasn't transmuting them right away, right? So I transmuted, right away I transmuted them. I'm not going to let them hang out in there. Are you kidding me? I know what happens when you do that. Yeah, I'm back to doing this work again. I guess. It's interesting how I'm back to being clean and back to, balanced out. And now it's like I got work to do again. I'm going to be doing work. But I was doing this shit while I was during that dark year too. But it was a little different. It's like I had to be built up. I had to be stronger. I had to become stronger so I could deal with more of it. Or, yeah, because I feel like those entities, they beat me, right? But they didn't beat me because apparently I had to go through that so I could build my strength up. I had to be initiated into the dark. I was being initiated into the dark. Like I said, do you think these angels that are up the top in the hierarchy of angels, they don't know how to fight? That's what they do. That's their job, right? So it's like we have to know how to do that. And that's why, you guys, those of you who are in these covens and cults, do you know what a kick-ass warrior you're going to be? Because you were really there like I was, but my memories are they're not all there, and that's something else I'm working on. Is they keep telling me I have to look at this shit, and I don't want to, but you just look at it.
Oh my gosh! Just look at it.
The car is not perfect.
Just look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah, well.
What the heck is that? Oh, would you look at that? Just look at that.
I can't.
Would you just look at it?
Yeah, it's sad. It's the only mark.
I mean, just look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, just get a look at that.
A cop did that.
A cop. Oh, where is he? I'd like to look at him.
Yeah, went over and tried to.
Oh, would you look at that? I said, would you look at that?
The way they didn't get
Would you look at that? Would you look at it? I was so mad. Whenever a cop writes you out a ticket, the first thing you do is you take the ticket and you say, would you look at this? You should have said, look at this, and that would have probably got you off if you told him to look at it. You gotta look at it, yeah. Look at this. Right, because he had to look at it first.
He didn't show up.
Yeah, because he had to look at it. Because he had to look at this.
You know what the judge did?
He probably told you to look at it.
Postponed
Oh,
the
son of a...
case.
He probably had to look at it and say, look at this. And then he said, look at it, right. And he said, look at this. Last time he said, look at this. Oh, would you look at this? Oh, would you look at that? Oh, look at that. What an idiot. Would you look at this? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Oh, would you look at that? You got under? Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Get from behind.
Look at that.
You can't do.
Oh, look at this. Look at that.
Yeah,
look at this.
And if you tell that to the cop, they're not going to give you any consideration.
Oh, look at that. You got to look at it this way, okay? You just got to look at it. That's all you can do anymore.
Yeah, I looked at it as right.
That's one of my favorite viral YouTube videos. I'm going to post the link on my community page. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch it. It's hilarious. But some of you, you don't have to look up the memories because some of you know what the fuck's going on and you're there and you're seeing it all play out, right? So you know what the fuck you're dealing with, right? And I feel like that's why some of you are still there, because you are going to be some of the most toughest warriors, right? You were in the dark to the last second, and there's a reason. Everything happens for a reason, right? And you're going to be able to take on these entities, these same entities that were controlling you. You're not going to be able to kick their asses, right? And it's going to feel really good. I'm definitely going to put that video up of all the Ivan Teller webinars, the ones that I got. I went back to record the rest of them, but his channel got taken down. What a surprise. The day was going to do that, his channel's taken down. Because they don't want me to let you hear that. There's shit in there that exposes the dark. Right? Oh, and you're going to hear how I fought Odin once and I defeated him. I was the only being in the cosmos to be able to defeat Odin, and it was me. That's crazy. When someone tells you that was a little wow. It's like then that was like another more confirmation of, you know, because sometimes I always doubt who they say I am, but now there's no doubt. There's no doubt. Like I totally believe, you know, that I am this person, this being, this soul. But I'm not letting it I'm not letting it. I could totally be in my ego over this, right? Which I know some are, right? It's like some of these beings or some of these people, I've told them who they were, and it's like they took it to their ego. It's like they weren't healed enough and I should not have shared that information just yet. But like I said, everything happens for a reason. Maybe there's a reason why I shared that, and they know now, and I don't know. Maybe it's like I planted those seeds, so at least they're like, okay, if I know I am this being, I'm definitely not doing the right thing here. I should maybe not do that, so I don't have to be stuck in another, 26,000 years of incarnations. Because I'm telling you right now, you guys, those of you who don't, like Sophia said, you guys are going to be just thrown into the Grand Central Sun. You're going to be recycled. But there's going to be a group that, those of us, our family members, she's not going to let you burn, right? But what you're going to have to do is go back to another 3D planet for another 26,000 years of incarnations. And if you think I'm joking, you think that everyone's going to ascend, no, that is not the truth. Not everyone is ascending. That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie, so you don't do the work. The dark wants you not to do the work. Do you understand? The dark's going to lie, and they're going to tell you whatever they want. Right? Just like this 5D shit. They only want us to ascend to 5D so they can still siphon our energy. They are siphoning our energy all the way up to the 11th dimension, like I've said. Right? So us in the 3D, we are battling some very powerful energies here, right? But remember, you spiritually outrank them. You come from it's a dimension that's so high that I couldn't even say the number. It's way higher than 12 though. Right, this is where Earth is ascending to 12, right? The quantum, the 0 point. Okay, but those of you that are at that top level, the Supreme Seraphim, I'm hearing like 1,000 dimension, like it's all the way up there. That's fucking high, right? And apparently it's never ending. It's like they said, honestly, if we really try to give you, we can't give you a number because it's always moving up. Which at that level, it's like, how is that even possible? It's like I cannot wrap my human mind around it. But that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with infinity here, right? The infinite. Some of us, we can't understand it. That's why I cannot wait to ascend, which we already are, and to where we understand better. And like I said, you'll notice when you're going through these transformations and when you come out, it's like you feel like you're stupid again. Like, why do I feel so dumb? It's because your brain has been fried and you have to balance yourself out again. Like I said, I couldn't even think of a simple word like the word cup. Like my kid was like, can you hand me that thing? I forgot the word cup because my brain had been fried because it got so much information overload, right? But we're getting like new computer systems. I shouldn't have said computer. We're getting new authentic organic systems, right? Which are infinite. And it's like people are like, well, let's use AI. No. You guys, AI, it's not infinite. The cosmos, God, authentic organic God is infinite. AI, there's going to be a level where they can't go, right? Go authentic and organic, guys. I mean it. Like I said, if any of you need help with this, shoot me an email, right? timetowakeupandwork@gmail.com. Okay, if you need help with healing, if you want to get out of this darkness, like I said, you might be being threatened. If you leave, we're going to, show the whole world these pictures or these videos, or we're going to tell them how you did this and you did this to a child, and we have video. And I would say, so what? And that was an altar, right? Listen, it doesn't matter what you did. It matters that you want to change, okay? I know some of you think that I've done so much bad shit, there's nothing that trust me, I promise you, that's not true. I promise you, it's not too late. Doesn't matter if you, and I know this sounds really, really bad, but yeah, you ended a bunch of lives, children, men, women, you raped them all, you did some horrible shit. It's okay. I know that sounds really bad that I'm saying this, but this is like I can feel the Divine Mother coming through, right? She's like, this was all contracted. It was all it's not giving you an excuse, but I'm saying this was all contracted to happen. And like I told you before, I came in once as a baby to be sacrificed. I literally just came here to be sacrificed, right? You have to look at it from the very, very top. And I know it's fucked up, right? Believe me, I know. But, these people can threaten you with blackmail, extortion, all this other shit. But I'm telling you, you might be like a millionaire, a billionaire, and you think you're gonna lose all this money. But like, are you even happy with all that money? I mean it. Are you really happy? It's basically, it's feeding your addictions. It's feeding your ego, your emperor and empress in reverse. Like, it's no good. It's just more distractions to keep you away from going within and to being alone. It's just distracting you. All of this shit that you're doing is just distracting you from being the light and doing the work. And it's not even hard work. I'm telling you. You think it's hard. It's not fucking hard. And I said, once you start getting clean and you're doing the right thing, when you meditate, you feel high. Like you feel better than you were when you were doing drugs or getting high on the chrome or whatever the fuck. And once you start integrating these other aspects of yourself and your altars and your clones, oh my God, the power. Because right now you are locked. You're locked up. You might think you're powerful, right? You might be a cult leader. You might be this coven leader. But I'm telling you, your power is in the hands of someone else. And it's not even your full power. I'm telling you right now. You have other selves. You have other aspects, your altars, your clones, and then every other life you've ever lived, you have access to all of that power too. And you're being locked out of that. Or it's being used by the dark. Sorry. This is Lucy and Sophia, but Sophia in her dark goddess energy. You have all this untapped power, all this untapped attention, or potential, right? That can be used for the light. But you cannot access that power until you come to the light. You don't understand. Like some of you, I'm getting like the power is just outrageous. But you will not gain access to that until you come to the light. You're going to be able to use that power when you're of the light. And you're going to be able to use that power to destroy those who fucking controlled you. and who turned you into a slave and was puppeting you. Cut the fucking strings! Wow. Stop being a puppet. You're Neo, right? You are Neo. A Neo that got lost in the darkness, right? You are the one. Cut the strings. Cut them! Some of you keep going back. Why do you keep going back? What are you doing? You think it's bad now? Enough! This is not a threat. This is facts, right? This is in love. This is tough love time. I love you, but I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to have it. It's time. It's time. You signed a contract. Yes, I know some of you signed a contract. I know what you did. We all saw it happen. We were all witnessing. It was part of your contract to do that. But that contract is now over. You signed a new contract. Some of you just signed a new contract last night in the sleep state. And it's time. It's time. Do it. You won't regret it. So you lose money. That's blood money, isn't it? It's stolen money, isn't it? Earn some real money. You heal yourself. Go it alone. Go into hermit mode, right? Heal. Integrate. Bianca will help you. Right? You come into union with your counterpart. And guess what? You're going to be rich beyond belief. Do you understand what I'm telling you? But this empire that's built will be made in authentic, organic, unconditional love. And you'll be able to party, but authentically, organically. You think those drugs that you do are the high that you're getting, it doesn't last, does it? Okay, this high over here, it's constant. It's a constant high. Those of you who've awakened, you know those moments where you go through those blissful moments? Okay, eventually it's going to be like that all the time. Like Bianca said, you did these drugs like ecstasy to feel like you were at home. Okay, it's going to feel like you're on ecstasy all the time. When you heal and you're with your counterpart, and when you reach that level, you have no idea how good it's going to feel. No idea. You keep chasing these little highs. Why don't you come over and be high all the time? I love you guys. Come home. Okay, well that was Sophia coming through. She's like, she's saying she wanted me to play that video a long time ago. There's a video. Maybe I'll upload it. But that was the day I came home. I told you the archangels are in my living room. Sophia had a huge. She talked for like 20 minutes at the end there, and I might. She's telling me I should post that too. After that was a crazy time too. There's a lot. I guess I'll upload it. So be on the lookout for that too. That's where I'm gonna stop, guys. I love you. Shields up, swords up. Let's get it.